Today we're going to learn about subjects and predicates. Every complete sentence contains two parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject is what or whom the sentence is about, while the predicate tells something about the subject. Okay, so first we're going to find the verb and then kind of make a question by placing who or what before it. And the answer is the subject. So, for example, the verb is run. So who or what did the running? Judy and her dog. So that is the subject. So let's try one together. We spilled popcorn on the floor. What is the verb of this sentence? It is spilled. That is what they did. So how do we find the subject? We decide who or what has spilled the popcorn. We spilled the popcorn on the floor. Can you find the subject in each sentence below? Take a few minutes and write down the subject for each of these sentences. Let's take a look at the answers. My little brother broke his finger. His Uncle Bob asked for directions. Those soldiers carried guns. Our babysitter. Okay? This is what we call the complete subject. So it is everything that is in the subject of the sentence. Can you find the predicate in each sentence below? Take a second, pause this, and then come back and see if you can figure out where the predicate is. Broke his finger is what the subject did. Asked for directions. That's what the subject did. Carried guns. That's what the subject did. And arrived late. That's what the subject did. So the highlighted and the underlined section, that is the complete predicate. That is everything that's in the predicate of the sentence. Sometimes it will ask you just what the simple subject is or what the simple predicate is, because every subject is built around one noun or pronoun, and all the other words are removed, and the only thing that's left is the simple subject. For example, a piece of chocolate candy would taste great. The main word in the subject is the noun piece, but the other words of the subject, of chocolate candy, give some descriptors about the noun, but piece is the simple subject. Can you find the simple subject in each of our sentences that we've been looking at? Pause our video, take a second, decide what the simple subject is, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, the simple subject, brother, Uncle Bob, soldiers, babysitters. All these other words have been removed because they are just giving more information about the simple subject. The simple predicate is the same way. It's always the verb or the verbs that link up with the subject. So for example, a piece of chocolate candy would taste great. The simple predicate is would taste. So it's just the verb. Everything else is just descriptors or modifiers. Can you find the simple predicate in each sentence? Pause the video, take a second, and decide what the simple predicate is, and then come back and check your answers. So, the simple subject in each one of our sentences: broke, asked, carried, arrived. Everything else is taken out because these are just descriptors. Sometimes you'll have a compound subject. A sentence may have a compound subject, a simple subject made up of more than one noun or pronoun. Let's look at some examples. Can you find the compound subjects? Team pennants, rock posters, and family photographs covered the boys' bedroom walls. Pennants, posters, and photographs. As you can see, they're all doing the same action. They all covered. So this is why it's a compound subject, because there's more than one thing doing one action. Can you find the compound subjects in these sentences? Okay. Her uncle and she walked slowly through the art gallery and admired the beautiful pictures exhibited there. Okay, what is our compound subject? Pause, take a second. Uncle and she. Those are the two people that are doing the actions of the sentence. So, let's look at these. Can you find the compound subject in each sentence below? Pause the video, take a second, decide what the compound subject is, and then check your answers. Okay, my little brother and my cousin broke their fingers. His Uncle Bob and Aunt Betty asked for directions. Those soldiers and agents carried guns. Our babysitter and her friend arrived late. Notice what word they have in common to help you kind of give you a clue on what the compound subject is. And. That kind of lets you know that you're doing more, that more than two people are doing the same action. You can also have people that are doing more than one thing at a time. That would be a compound predicate. It's more than one verb relating to the same subject. Let's take a look at some examples. Can you find the compound predicate? Mother mopped and scrubbed the kitchen floor. Okay, as you can see, Mom did more than one thing, as most moms are usually doing. So, can you find the compound predicate in the sentences below? Pause it, take a look and see if you can decide what the compound predicate is, and then come back and check your answers. So my little brother bruised and broke his finger. His Uncle Bob looked and asked for directions. Those soldiers carried and used guns. Our babysitter overslept and arrived late. Again, you can see that the common thread here is and. It kind of gives you that clue that you're looking at a compound predicate. Okay, use this information to complete your homework, to look at the different sentences. Can you find the complete subject and the complete predicates? And then when we get to class tomorrow, we're going to be creating a foldable, and hopefully you can use this to help you decide on what the simple subject and what the simple predicates are.